Hello and welcome back to the Ultimate Fighting Casuals. We're on a different lens, sort of sat a bit differently again. Things are moving around. We're getting some different equipment, mate. Yeah, absolutely. So we're trying some different things out. But to talk about the fights, we're looking at Vittori and Holland from the weekend just gone. It was an alright scrap, I'd say. It was it was a decent scrap for what it was. I don't think it had like too much potential due to like the late notice stuff like that. Vittori's fought a good fight, and I was pretty impressed by that. So what about you, mate?
100%. We mentioned it in the last video that the blueprint was kind of there to beat Holland, and Vittori used it really, really well, taking him down, keeping him on his back, and eliminating the danger of Kevin Holland doing really well.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, I feel like he ultimately just dominated that, like the fight in general. I feel like he was more experienced in terms of dealing with a higher level of fighting. That makes sense.
Well, he's fought Adesanya. He has gone 3 rounds with Adesanya, Vittori has. So it's fair to say that he can hold his own and make his way through a scrap.
Absolutely, man. I feel like Vittori got a good win here. I feel like he needed this. Obviously with Holland stepping in on late notice anyway, Vittori needed this W with all the shit he's been talking about Till and all the stuff in general in that division. He definitely needed to do that. But on Kevin Holland's side of things, I was impressed by him just by stepping in there, lasting the 5 rounds. We can clearly see where he needs to improve. I think his ground game. I mean, what would you say about that in general?
Yeah, I mean, his ground game itself, once it gets past the guard, is actually quite good. It's just getting back to the feet and breaking the guard or working your way back up, which Kevin Holland really seems to struggle with. And I know there's been some sort of jokes about him going to Dagestan for a few months and training with Habib and wrestling bears or whatnot. But really, honestly, he's got the skills. It's just those little things and the techniques building up, and I think he could do it.
Yeah, I think he could as well. I mean, look, I know he fought 5 times last year, right? But I'm pretty sure that streak started in May, right?
Yeah. So that means fights in 7 months.
So now we're not even at a year.
Yeah.
So he's fought twice in the last couple of weeks. So he's at 7 fights in a year. I said what I said to you guys on the FaceTime earlier this week. I just feel like he needs more time outside of fighting right now to just practice on those skills. I don't believe getting in the octagon 7 times in 12 months is ever going to allow you the time to further yourself and get better.
Or to become a champion or get to the high level that he wants to be.
Of course, mate. Exactly what I'm saying. And I feel like Holland has that potential. He has that superstar potential sort of as well. He's good talking. Yeah, and I feel like actually him slowing that down was a really good part of that. Good part of that fight that he added into his game, just not talking as much, focusing more on it. But overall, I'd say Vittori definitely deserved the win. Fair play to him, and we'll see what's next for him. So with Vittori walking away with a win, I've seen some crazy names chucked up there for his next opponent or his next fight, such as Adesanya, getting that title fight. I personally don't really think he's there yet, mate. Not for me. I would love to see him rebooked against Darren Till. I feel like that's a great fight, and it was a great one to have because of the banter and the back and forward stuff that turned nasty, it turned dark, it turned real. That shit got real. So yeah, absolutely, Dana, get on that shit, book it in.
So this weekend's main event, we've got Robert Whittaker returning and Kelvin Gastelum as a late replacement. I can't wait for this one, to be perfectly honest. Kelvin Gastelum isn't my favourite fighter, but we were just saying he seems to kind of fight at the level of his opponent, and the level of Robert Whittaker almost goes without saying.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. If he can get to that level of Robert Whittaker, then fair enough. But we've seen him almost match those standards of his opponent, as you said, with the Adesanya fights here and there. But almost as we just said, I can't remember the guy's name. You have to correct me of who he fought.
Ian Heimish, I believe.
Oh, there you go. Fight. Yeah, basically the point is that his last couple of fights have been really bad. I think he was on a 3-fight losing streak or something around there. When we made a video a few months ago, we were saying how he had to win that fight, and he did. Not in a spectacular way. I think it went the full distance, and he just won the decision actually. But look, he really needs to bring it here. It's a great opportunity for Gastelum. I'm not as much of a fan as Marcel. I do agree with him. I'm not as much of a fan. But look, stepping in late notice when it should have been Paulo Costa. Fair play to him. It's big for him. It's not a fight that Whittaker wants to lose either, mate. It's really
absolutely. If Whittaker loses this, it's really bad. I think it's also important to point out that it is a fight that was booked for Whittaker to defend his title in 2019.
Yeah, it never happened, did it?
It fell through. And Gastelum went on a weird thing with the press, walking around with the belt after that. So there isn't really beef. Whittaker doesn't do beef, but to be honest, Whittaker will want to shut this guy up. He kind of left the fight and then walked about like he won it.
Yeah, that's not really the sort of thing that you want to see. So I think no matter what, even if someone doesn't want beef, whatever, once they sort of get in that octagon and start throwing punches back and forth, I think it's going to happen. For me, this is going to end in a Whittaker KO. In winning in KO format. Sorry, not him getting knocked out. Yeah, him winning via KO, should I say, in round 2. I think it's honestly going to be a clean out. I think Kelvin's taken too many shots in the chin. Whittaker's a little bit, a lot quicker, I think, and a lot lighter on the feet, and just a level above for me. What about you, mate?
I'd agree. I'd say Kelvin actually probably needs to get on his dieting thing and go down a weight class, because I agree Whittaker's going to be too big, powerful, and quick for him, and I don't think he'll get outside the 3rd. So the co-main event this week, we've got Jeremy Stephens versus Drakkar Klose. Jeremy Stephens is coming up to 155, the absolute shark-infested killers division. He's on a 4-fight losing streak. I'm worried. I think this could be one of the last times we see him.
I think you're absolutely right, mate. I mean, yeah, it is a 5-fight losing streak, including the one in the middle directly, which was the no contest, which was then obviously rebooked, refought, and he lost that further. I mean, to be fair, some of the names in there they're a good run. There is a good run of names. Like, this is Jose Aldo in there. There's a couple real fighters. Yeah, exactly. There's some genuine names in there, so you can give him his dues. He hasn't been fighting nobody, he's been losing. But I would argue that it does not put his contract on the line or anything like that. But he's on the line of getting cut. Yeah. Exactly. When you go up to such a killer's division, if you've lost 5 in a row and this makes it your 6th, how can you really even argue for better fights in that division? I don't really know. I'm excited to see Jeremy Stephens back in. I don't really know much about his opponent, but
no, Drakkar Klose, he's up and coming in the 155 division. His last fight was against Dariush in a really back and forth, and he got knocked out clean.
Yeah, we've all seen that clip, right?
Yeah, and he's had a couple of fights that were booked and fell through. But this Drakkar Klose guy is pretty legit, and I'd like to see what he can do against Stephens, who's really well rounded, but going to offer him some issues.
Another fighter to watch out this weekend is Arlovski. You may remember him fighting Tom Aspinall like a month or so ago, who is from the UK. We've picked up quite a lot. We're big fans of him. It's just good to see him back in there. I believe he took it on late notice, like around a week ago or so.
He's coming in, taking fights.
Fair play to him. He's been fighting since we were born in 2000. Absolutely. So that is absolutely incredible. Fair play to him. And he didn't lose in a bad way against Aspinall, and he looked, physically not too beaten up.
He did look quite good.
Yeah, good play. Fair play to him. Good to see him back in the ring, or the octagon, should I say, actually. Yeah, so keep an eye out for him this weekend. Okay, that's everything for this week's video. I know the videos haven't been too long recently, or like 2 a week like we've been used to. We've just had a bit of personal stuff to get on with and some life events in the way, but that will soon be over with. Many more videos, many more forms of content are coming soon, actually, right, mate? Like, we want to get out there and make more.
Diversifying it and giving it a bit more, because we like to chat shit, ultimately, and it's finding in what format we can give that to you that you'll watch it, right?
Exactly. We need to bring in new viewers. We understand the channel's it's going great and we're happy with it. We're just at that sort of standstill bit where you need to sort of break through to the next lot of recommended videos and get put in that next upper category. So there'll be different sort of videos coming, some breakdown videos, shorter videos, longer format, podcast format, a lot more. Like I said, a few live things get out of the way over the next month, and we'll be sure to be bringing you like a lot more videos. It's going to be sick. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that cool shit. Anything from you at all, Moz?
Follow the Insta.
Yeah, absolutely. Links will be down below. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.